Yo, what's up, guys? I just got done watching Game 3 between the Milwaukee Bucks and the Chicago Bulls. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about that terrible game. I'm going to be recapping it and breaking it down. Also giving some injury updates on Zach LaVine because I feel like since the playoffs have started, he just hasn't looked right. I know he's not 100%, but he has really been rough, especially last night. And I'm going to be talking about some free agency rumors surrounding Jimmy Butler for this upcoming offseason. But before I jump into today's video, make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. And even though the Bulls did lose badly last night, leave a quick like on today's video. It takes a second and it helps me out a lot. And some comments and questions, of course, about last night's game, all the injury updates, and everything else I'm about to jump into. But either way, let's just jump right into today's video. Because last night's game, I mean, what more can I say? It was a blowout pretty much since, I'd say, from the jump. The Bucks just came out looking like the more energized team. They looked like the team that just won a championship last year. The Bucks just looked really confident and comfortable. The Bucks made very good adjustments on Zach LaVine and I'd say Demar and even Vucevic. And the Bulls, it's looking like the Bulls did not make adjustments like I feel like they always, or like they never do. I know Billy Donovan has been getting a lot of criticism recently for not making adjustments, and I am going to blame Billy Donovan. I mean, you knew the Bucks were going to come out with energy, and the Chicago Bulls just came out flat. I mean, to start the first quarter, they were down pretty much 16 points instantly, 10-16, I feel like, from the jump. And I don't know what happened or why the Bulls didn't know that. I mean, the Bucks lost last night's game or the other game versus the Bulls, and the Bucks probably should have won that game. The Bucks just won a championship last year. The Bulls should have known that the Bucks were going to come out hungry and jump on this team. The Bulls just came out flat. They shot terribly from the field, terrible from the three-point line, and honestly pretty bad from the free throw line. They got out-rebounded badly, especially on the offensive glass as well. The Bucks had, I'd say, 5 more assists than us, more blocks, more steals. They were just a more active team that was dialed in, and the Bulls badly got beat in points in the paint. I mean, I know it was obvious that the Bucks were going to make some adjustments, especially after Demar dropped 40 plus just the other day, and the Bucks did. I mean, they started a bigger lineup with Chris Middleton out. And I felt like every time Zach or Demar tried to, I'd say, take a mid-range jumper or a drive, they just built up a wall, kind of what the Bulls did to Giannis, I'd say, in Game 2. But it looks like the tides have changed. I mean, Grayson Allen and the Bucks bench pretty much outscored the Bulls' big three, which is just sad to say. I don't know what to say. Everyone struggled. Even the role players all played really bad. I don't know, man. It's just a bad game. Hopefully, Game 4 is hopefully better. I mean, it was just sad because I felt like the Bulls had a lot of momentum coming home for Game 3 in Chicago, especially in Chicago. The Bulls haven't played a playoff game at home in 5 years, and they come out like this. It was just a really ugly game, in my opinion. Hopefully, Billy Donovan and this young Bulls team do make some adjustments for Game 4, because if they don't make adjustments, I feel like this is going to be a repeat of Game 4 coming up. But either way, let me know below today's video what you guys thought about last night's game. Obviously, it was really ugly. It was hard to watch for most of the night. But either way, I'm still happy the Bulls are in the playoffs. These young guys are getting some valuable playoff minutes. But either way, hopefully the Bulls come out, I'd say, with more energy and more fight and more dog in them in Game 4. And like I was talking about a little bit in that recap and breakdown, Zach LaVine just hasn't looked the same. And a Bulls insider, Joe Crowley, did talk to Zach LaVine surrounding his left knee injury that's been bothering him all season. And Joe Crowley did put out an article. Huge shout out to the Chicago Sun-Times. And he did say Zach LaVine admitted that his left knee has still been swelling up. And even so, his defense through the early part of these playoffs has been much better overall where it was from March and April. And I agree, kind of. I feel like at times Zach LaVine kind of just falls asleep on the defensive end at times. But either way, before last night's game, Zach LaVine was talking to the media. He did say the spacing between playoff games have helped him manage his knee soreness. Obviously no back-to-backs and more time for treatment and rest with the NBA playoffs. But he did admit there's still times where there's still some discomfort and swelling pop-ups. He did say, I've been feeling good, and if I don't feel good, either way, I'm going to go out there and play my heart out. And I do appreciate that, and I do believe that. But at times, I feel like just the energy and the hustle is not there from Zach, especially his shot making. I know Zach's probably one of the toughest shot makers in the NBA, but when he's not 100%, and some of the shots that he's been taking in the playoffs have been really ugly. I mean, his playoff stats are still okay, I'd say. I mean, on the postseason, he has been averaging about 20 points per game. This is where it gets ugly, though. Other than the points, he hasn't been averaging that many rebounds or assists. Both those numbers are down. You know, he has been averaging 1 steal in the playoffs, which is solid, but he has been averaging 3 fouls a game in the playoffs and about 4 turnovers a game. His three-point shooting is about 3% down in the NBA playoffs, and his just shooting from the field is about 8% down. I know he's not 100%, and I appreciate he's still out there, but at the same time, it definitely hurts the Bulls. I feel like he just falls asleep, or I'd say his IQ and his just shot taking just isn't the smartest at times, and it's definitely kind of a concern with how he's been playing. And obviously the Bulls have a big decision to make for this upcoming offseason if they should give him a max contract. Let me know below today's video what you guys have thought about Zach LaVine in the NBA playoffs, and of course his injury. And the final topic in today's video, I'm going to be honest, it's kind of crazy. You know, there's been some rumors going around. ESPN just put out this article or this video the other day, and the video on YouTube was titled, "Should the Chicago Bulls Trade for Anthony Davis?" And ESPN, you know, they were talking about how the Bulls could target AD, Rudy Gobert, and they also did bring up Jimmy Butler, you know, a former Chicago Bulls player that's been playing really solid this season. I mean, Miami's one of the best teams in the NBA. Don't get me wrong, I love Jimmy Butler, I always will, but they said that the Bulls should trade for Jimmy Butler because this team needs some, I'd say, fight and some dog on this roster. And I do agree, and I love Jimmy, but I don't believe he's the answer. Also, this NBA article did come out how a Miami Heat insider did reveal how Jimmy Butler could request a trade if Miami Heat disappoints in the NBA playoffs. Let me just first off say I highly doubt that does happen. Jimmy's been playing amazing, and the Miami Heat have a really good roster. But a new report did come out by The Athletic, and they suggested that Jimmy Butler might ask for a trade if the Miami Heat do disappoint. And like I said, I love Jimmy. I mean, he is getting up there in age. He is 32 now, and by the start of next season, he will be 33. And his contract isn't the greatest. That's the number thing. There's just no way the Bulls could, I'd say, afford him and trade for him. I mean, on this season, he is making about $36 million, and next season, he's about to make $37 million. And like I just said, he's getting up there in age. I mean, he has been playing really well in the season. Obviously, he's a really good two-way player in the NBA. Don't get me wrong. I believe Jimmy would be a great addition to this roster. I just don't know where he would fit with Zach and DeMar. And he's getting up there in age. I don't believe he's worth about $40 million per season. But definitely let me know below today's video about last night's playoff game. Thank you guys again for all the love on the channel and the past few videos. Thank you guys for watching today's video. Have a good one.